Bow chicken wow wow. Avoid legal snags by telling people they're being recorded. Sawyer, you're being recorded.
Oh my goodness. I was about to sue you. Thank goodness for letting me know that on the front end. You really avoided those legal snags.
Welcome back, guys. It's Talkmen Tuesday. Sawyer Yizo, Angel Corrado, back at it again on another Tuesday. It's a Monday, but hopefully you're listening to this on a Tuesday. And that's it. Roll the intro. Wow, chicken wow wow. I have some dreams of having an intro in the future, so I can just be like, "Welcome back, guys. Talk on Tuesday." Have a little snippet, and then I'll be like, "Roll the intro."
Like some background music, everything like that, getting all serious into it.
Yep. That's the
Bring out the
goal.
keyboard, start recording stuff.
Somebody saw my vlog on my Facebook and like reached out and was like, "If you ever need any music, let me know. I'm a producer." And I'm like, "I'll definitely keep that in mind."
Dang.
So there's a lot of people trying to get their names out there. Might be doing stuff for free. I'm like, "Ooh, ooh."
Yeah. Well,
I'll-
hey, now that you're potentially going to be getting monetized on YouTube, people are wanting some of that action.
Oh, oh, I was even on Facebook. That made me like, once I reach 1,000 on YouTube, it made me think about what if I could try to like go into the platform of Facebook. But that's a whole older like demographic and
That's
like,
true.
a whole way of thinking, like different way of thinking. Like what I would put on YouTube would not, the main story would not be the same as in Facebook.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like Facebook's a lot of like smaller snippet stuff too. I mean, you can still do like tutorials and things like that, but I feel like you get more traction on YouTube with those types of things too, rather than on Facebook. Just because you can't necessarily search things too well on Facebook unless you know the exact user that you're searching for. I feel like it's just more difficult. It's just like you get you're watching this. This is what you're gonna like, and then just populates in the scroll down videos for you. It's
Right.
a different mindset with that.
I'm actually thinking about probably doing like some vlogs and some touristic things of my city of Urbana, Illinois,
Mhm.
and then posting that on Facebook and like running ads, and then with word of mouth, just have like Urbana things on Facebook because I feel like
Yeah,
it's mostly the demographic who's on there, and it'd probably help out the store
yeah.
just to be like, hey, it's that guy who works at a grocery store, Mexican grocery store. Just check
Kind
it
of like
out.
a visit Urbana type of thing.
Yep, that'd
Yeah,
probably be it. Visit Urbana, kind of like what the Barstool guy does, but instead of like just pizzas in New York, it'd be like restaurants and things you could do.
yeah,
I just have to get out and do things.
yeah. Step one, get out. Or I guess step one is figure out what you want to do. Then the next thing is get out and do it. And I'd wait till it gets a little warmer outside, personally. So, gotta confess, we were talking a little bit about it before it started, but my great mastermind idea to make Angel a millionaire did not fall through just yet. The Reese's challenge, a lot of you have definitely seen it because it was a breakthrough, but it's not picking up as much as I thought it was gonna. Mainly, I feel like the biggest comments were, "Why is Angel eating a white Reese's?" And that happened in one video.
White chocolate. I like white chocolate or milk chocolate.
But I don't know. That might not be my $1 million idea yet. That was only like a $10 idea. I'll have to keep thinking.
That'd be fun in the future. Like, oh yeah, yeah. I'll try to keep putting it in later on, and we'll see when it finally gets traction. But let it be known, in the start of 2020 is when we started to have this trending.
Yeah.
Watch it be like 5 years down the road. We
Yes.
got it.
Welcome back to another edition of Talkmen Tuesdays. We did it.
We accomplished what we thought we could never accomplish. Oh. Made a trending challenge. Look at the Kiki challenge. Who would have thought that would have been a challenge? Like Kiki,
Yeah.
help me.
Like jumping out of your car and walking next to your car.
That was totally random, and it made Drake didn't even see it coming. Like his number one hit song, basically because it became a challenge, so everybody did it and everybody heard it.
Mm-hmm. That's what you got to do if you make a song. Like have like a challenge kind of dance move that goes with it to get people doing it with just your song in the background. And the people are like, "Oh, what music is that?" And then they're like, "Oh, this is actually a pretty good song if I listen to it fully."
That's how Old Town Road became number one.
Yeah.
Little Nas made 50 memes, a few gained traction, boom, number one on the Billboard charts for I don't know how many weeks.
Yeah. When do the Grammys happen? Because that song has to be considered as like the song of the year for 2019. Because that thing was on top for the longest time. Because I think it beat out whatever was previously on top for like the most weeks in a row. And so like that thing took so many records. And I thought it was cool because Lil Nas X, he like was sleeping on I think it was like his sister's couch or something before that song released, and then he was finally able to move out afterwards. Like really from just being that guy to a superstar just kind of overnight it seemed.
Definitely, it's that it's like one hit can change your life.
I'd love to be a one-hit wonder. Remember the name, guys. Remember the name. Except I wouldn't know what songs like to what style to go in. I mean, definitely not like a rapper. I'm not country. I feel like I'd just be like a background hype man, like, yeah, come on.
It's like DJ Cal. What's it saying?
We the best.
We the best in the background. Or what's another one?
DJ Khaled. Another one.
Another one. that was a good one. And then I like he made a track. He helped produce one of JLo's songs. So he's like another one, and then JLo goes like, "Shut up, let me talk."
But yeah, it's funny because like producers and stuff, they always throw their names randomly into songs. Remember Sean Kingston? He would go, "Hey yo, Sean Kingston" at the beginning of his songs. It's like in case you don't know who you're listening to.
I always wonder what happens to like hit wonders, like one hit wonders.
I feel like most of them try to get other songs like that, but like I feel like I would just be content if you make millions and millions off of one song. Like, sure, your name is relevant at the time, but like, you're good. You are set. Especially if like you're a solo person, you're not like in a band or something where you have to split that money a bunch of ways. Like, you're good.
You see the Pussycat Dolls on David Dobrik's vlog?
I was gonna actually tell you that. I saw David Dobrik's blog for the first time, and just that one person was on it. The one girl who was like, I feel like I'm CGI'd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's becoming like the Ellen, basically a show, and like Justin Bieber was on it. The Pussycat Dolls, I forgot what her name was, but she was on it, and it was cool.
Yeah, he hit somebody with his car, one of his friends. You see that?
Oh,
that looked like it was fake, but then they showed the video, and I'm like, oh gosh, that guy's head is actually bleeding.
I think he's gonna move soon because he's been looking at houses on his Instagram.
Oh, really?
So,
the vlog
apparently,
squad is making moves. Or just him?
Just him. It's his house, but his assistant, and he doesn't like fans go up to his house, and in his house he's like, you're not gonna get what you want if you come by his house. We're gonna kick you out. We're gonna be like, you're not supposed to be here, and you're gonna leave without what you wanted. So don't come.
Yeah.
And as soon as he posts that video on Instagram, another person's like at the door.
That would be so annoying.
And the funny thing is, he always says it like, you guys say it when you come here. We know we're not supposed to be here, but it's like just cut it there. Start walking away.
Yeah. It's like, does he walk up to your house whenever you're just trying to do like live your life or do whatever you're doing? Like, no, you don't just do that to people. Like,
Jason Nash, his co-star, was like, no matter how many times you say it on this podcast, on YouTube, on Instagram, you're gonna have to move houses. Like, people already know where you live, unless you have like security or like a gated community.
Yeah.
People are gonna go up to your house.
Yeah, and like you don't want to like have to have that happen, but at some points like you just have to draw that line. And I'm sure that that's where we're gonna get to at some point with this podcast. Like people are just coming up to us. Angel's gonna be trying to just do his job. I'm gonna be trying to just do my job. It's gonna be like, oh Sawyer, oh Angel, we love you so much. Like guys, please take this as a I guess as the opportunity to be warned. We love you guys, but just give us our space. Like we know we're popular, we know, but autographs after hours, okay,
After hours.
and only on Tuesdays.
Only- oh no, Charlie feels all this added pressure. Charlie D'Amelio.
Yeah, she was on the vlog too.
Hmm?
She was on his vlog too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she's everywhere now.
Mm-hmm.
If you go on, wait, are you on TikTok now or no? Somewhat.
Yeah, so we're talking about. I think we're gonna start up one.
Oh!
We haven't made it yet. So
There is talk about Sawyer and Candace. Sawyer and Candace coming back on TikTok. But if you go on TikTok, if you look at the audios, you choose the audios and then you can see all the TikToks that people have done with that audio.
mm-hmm.
You just see Charlie on all the major ones. Like she's even done multiple ones of the same song, and like the first 6 top her.
Yeah.
And then it's not her, it's somebody else from the Hype House. And you're just like, whoa, they're on top right now.
If people use your audio, do you get anything for it? Like, do you get any, I guess, like recognition for it?
People know that it was your audio at first because on top they can see who was the first user to use it.
Mm-hmm. But like besides that, like they're not like somebody else used your audio, somebody used your audio, like nothing like that.
I don't get notifications, but if you go back to that audio clip, you see how many videos have been posted with that audio. And then you could even title that audio if you want. The only time where like they copyright it is if it's an actual song that somehow TikTok doesn't have claims to it yet. There's some songs that they've cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Which I never got that because with your song, like I guess the short term would be you get money from it if people have paid to use it, but the long term is like you get more exposure.
Yeah, for sure.
People might want to go to your shows later on.
Yeah, or just look you up and find your other songs too if you've got like a SoundCloud or just other things out there.
What do you think? I don't know if we talked about this before. What do you think about esports?
Esports?
Yeah.
I think it's cool how I guess it's not like it didn't come out of nowhere. Like it's been building a ton of traction, but I think it's interesting how like schools are giving scholarships for people that are like in esports, and so it's becoming like you can get varsity letters and stuff like that for esports. So I think that's interesting. But I mean, I think it just goes to show like an athlete can be anything. Like they make millions of dollars, like that Fortnite kid that won $4 million. Like there's a crowd. They sell out stadiums to watch these people play these games, and that just goes to show you the kind of backing that they have. And I think it's going to take some time for the general public to like recognize it. But even on like ESPN, Snapchat, some of their top plays, every once in a while they'll throw an esports thing in there, and so even ESPN is recognizing it. So I think that's really cool.
ESPN actually just got House of Highlights founder. Do you know House of Highlights? Instagram account, basically highlights of basketball games.
Okay.
The founder of that channel, and I believe House of Highlights Instagram account has more followers than ESPN.
Really?
It got that big, but ESPN somehow convinced the founder that to work for ESPN. So now I think he controls ESPN Sportscast Instagram. So
dang.
And he's happy about it because now you can find highlights of, you know how ESPN has different rights, like UFC. He was able to do highlights for that. Oh, Conor McGregor's back.
Yeah, I threw $1 bet on that and I won 81 cents. So what's up, world? I'm coming.
You bet on McGregor?
I bet on McGregor. Yeah, that's so cool. Like I've seen articles. Apparently he said something like really nice to Cowboy, who he beat his grandma after the fight, And so I think like he's kind of turning it around because he had that bad boy reputation for a really long time, and I think like he realized like that's not him anymore. Like he can have that persona, but as soon as the fight's over, he kind of comes down to earth again for a little bit. But I love his strut, his $1 million man strut when he's like walk in. Like, but
He was on TikTok.
he
He was
was.
like, "I want to see your $1 million truck." That was literally the challenge. Hey TikTok, I want to see your $1 million truck, and he just like went did it. I want to see how you guys would celebrate.
Like, what a move. What a guy.
So he's on TikTok.
Are you a fan of him?
I love the highlight afterwards where it was like, I'll take anybody on over here. And like the caption was like, Connor wants all the smoke. So you saw all the other champions just was like, blah, 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 and just like trying to ignore him or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool.
Well, the thing is, like, the UFC loves him because he always brings such a following with him, too. He's just one of those names
Very
where.
charismatic. He knows how to like market.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
his personality is great because it's not just about being good in the ring. It's about like he's getting more and more money because he can get people to pay attention to him and pay those tickets and get people to watch him. Because the fight with Mayweather, that was clearly
what? First of all, if anybody ever thought that Conor McGregor was going to win that fight, like, you're ridiculous. The guy literally switched sports. He took away his ability to kick and everything, and it's an endurance thing that Floyd Mayweather has been doing his entire life, and he wanted to go in there and beat him. But, yeah, I mean, that was...
Like you said, for Conor McGregor to be able to convince people that he actually had a shot at Mayweather, who's undefeated his whole life in his sport, and yeah, that was a good payday for him.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Ooh, who's Delaney? Laney?
Oh, Daly.
Daly.
Yeah, so we got a friend. We over the weekend, Candace and I, we went to Paws, which is like the animal adoption center in Chicago, and we picked up a little cat. He's a 3-year-old orange tabby, short hair, and so he literally looks like Simba from The Lion King. But I'll probably be able to show him next podcast on screen just because he's still it's like day 2 or day 3, and so he's still kind of warming up, and it's interesting because cats, I've always been a dog person, but cats apparently they have to warm up to their environment before they warm up to their people, and dogs are the complete opposite. Like dogs will just like jump on you and start loving you. And so he's in the bathroom right now, and like that's kind of his safe space. But today he ventured out and he saw the apartment and everything, but he's 3 years old, and oh my gosh, this little cat stole my heart right away. So I'll be able to hopefully show him to the world next week. But I love him so much.
The Sawyer's future grandkids.
I loved this cat before I loved any of you.
Great grandpa, do you have any stories? To watch my podcast.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't remember any of them.
January 20th, that podcast. That day. But I never thought that I would be a cat person. But as soon as I saw him, I was like, my heart just melted, and I'm like, oh my gosh, come into my home.
Is Candace a cat person?
So she's had like a couple of cats, but like they've been more outdoor cats on the farm. And so her family has had like outdoor dogs too. And so neither of us have really been like indoor cat people. And so, yeah, I mean, to answer the question, not necessarily no. That's all kind of new territory for both of us, which is good because we're learning, but it's just trying to like know the distance that we need to give him, but at the same time, like get him more comfortable with us and everything. And so, I mean, it's been 2 days and he's ventured out so far. It's just whenever somebody buzzes our apartment, he freaks out just because it's a loud buzz, and he's just like, oh god, oh god, oh god, and then he runs back into the bathroom. He's a cutie.
It's cool.
That's That's Daily, and we weren't sure if we were going to keep Daily or if we wanted to name him Taco instead because we thought Taco was a cute name. But we're like, it's been
Egg
3 years
taco.
of your life. You've probably been called Daily a lot more than you've been
Mm.
called Taco. So we're making Taco his middle name. So it's Daily Taco Yazel, so, or I guess Beekler Dash at this point. But
Oh,
mhm.
daily taco. Huh. Very cool.
Did you have any
I was like,
animals?
I had a dog when I was little. It ran away.
Oh, oh, tough subject.
Well, I'm not bitter about it. We had two dogs. One, I don't know
Both
this.
of your dogs run away from you. You
They
just
ran,
love them too much.
they ran away at the same time.
That is so sad. You went to bed with two dogs. You woke up and they were both gone. Oh, I'm not like trying to like, rub dirt in the wound, but that would stink.
I think we went to school. The dogs were still there. We came back. Like, grandma was like, "Oh, don't worry, they'll come back."
They never came back.
They never came back.
Were they like outside dogs?
No,
They
they're
were
just like inside. I don't know. My mom used to clean houses in California,
Mhm.
and one of the houses she cleaned for, I think they didn't want the dog anymore. But she was a cute. I don't even know the species of dogs, but like those fluffy, um, white-haired dogs.
Like Pomeranians, little
Pomeranian.
Pomeranians.
It was
Those are
probably
like the short ones that are just the big fluff balls.
I want to say it looked kind of like that, but a bit bigger. So not necessarily Pomeranian, but like it was cute.
Okay.
It was a cute white dog with curly hair. So I'm guessing Pomeranian. I don't know. I don't know my dogs. And then we had another dog, which I think my dad's friend, like his family didn't want the dog
Hmm.
anymore. So my dad took it. So it was like during that time that both my parents decided to get a dog.
Hmm.
So we had him for a couple of months, I want to say. I don't know how long, probably like 6 months. And then one day they escaped from the gate. Grandma was like, "Oh, don't worry, they'll come back." And then they never came back. I think one time we saw him on the street. Oh,
Oh.
it's our dog.
Can we stop? Can we pick him up?
No, we gotta go somewhere. Aw. Ooh, it kind of reminds me of a pet story. In third grade, we had this. I don't know what it was, but we had like this experiment with fishies.
Mhm.
And at the end of once we were done with the experiment, everybody got to win a fish. I got to win a fish, right, to take
Yeah.
home. Because probably the third grade teacher didn't know
She doesn't want all these fish.
I was winning. She's like, I'm winning too. But, so I had him in a bag, right? And I took it home. And I wanted to get him a home, have him somewhere like nice to live, not just a bag, right? I told that to my parents, and they're like, "You want to buy this fish a home? You want to waste money on a home?" And I don't know why. I got really emotional. I was emotional. They were probably joking, but they were like, "We're just gonna let him die, like flush him down the toilet." And me as a little kid, it just started falling.
That is so sad.
I really started crying. I was like, "You want to kill this fish? You're so heartless. What has the fish done to you?" I wanted to buy him a home, and you want to flush him down the toilet. And luckily, when I was crying and pleading my case to my parents, sobbing and whatnot, my uncle came in. And he's like, "What's wrong with this him?" Because I'm usually a very happy kid, unless a fish is gonna die. Or I'm getting like spanked or something I did. So my uncle was like, "What's wrong with him?" And my parents like, "He wants to buy this fish a home." Like it's this crazy idea to buy
Can you
this fish.
believe this kid?
He wants to waste money on a fish. And like, yeah, they just want to kill him. They want to flush him down the toilet. Alive. This fish has never done anything to you. And so my uncle was very nice, and he was like, "Hey, come on, we'll go to Walmart. We'll buy you a fish tank." And I'm like, "Thank you." and we went to Walmart, and my uncle helped me buy a fish tank and food for the fish. And so later on, when I told my mom that story, she goes, "Yeah, we were just kidding with you about the fish, like killing the fish and whatnot. We were probably gonna buy you the fish tank, but we just wanted to see your reaction."
That is so mean.
Because like I would really would once again I was a very happy kid. I would never be
Mhm.
like emotional, or sad, or if I wasn't getting like spanked, I would not be upset or sad.
Yeah.
So when I was like angry slash sad, they were very amused by it. So I wanted to see more.
At least your uncle was there to save the day for you.
Yes, and I appreciate that. Like Tío Selvin. I'm like, I need to like buy him something now that I'm older. Just be like, I still remember that one
A
time where
fish tank.
he's gonna be like, why do I want a fish? Remember that one time you saved my fish?
Did
I
you
think
name the fish?
I forgot what the name was.
Oh wow! So that fish had a big impact on your life. You just remembered the sad points.
Yeah, honestly, I probably ended up like not taking care of him one time, and then like he ended up dying or something. I don't know how, like all our pets would die. Or,
Well,
no,
yeah, that's what happens if you forget about 'em.
like we used to have rabbits, and like I think two of the rabbits they died.
You had rabbits?
Yeah.
See, I had one friend in grade school that had a rabbit, but like he was the only one. So you've had dogs, you've had rabbits, you've had fish. What all pets have you had?
We used to have a parrot. Is it a parrot? Some type of bird that's very small.
So like a little parakeet or something, or like a finch maybe? Was it like a blue or a yellow one?
It's like greenish,
Oh,
yellow
okay.
greenish. I don't know. I might need to like take snippets of like the fish. What kind of fish did you say?
I don't
Parakeet?
know. I thought parakeet maybe for your bird.
Oh yeah, parakeet. Yep,
Yeah.
parakeet. Definitely parakeet. I remember that bird. That bird was annoying.
See, I don't think I could ever have a bird because like I don't know, they just do their own thing. Like they're very loud.
I think the idea of having pets is really cool. Like you have a friend, but they have to take care of.
Yeah. Yeah, a friend. Like our thing when we went to Adopt Daily, it said, "Do you have at least an extra $1,000 a year for like food and everything?" Like,
Smart.
yeah, we do. But it's like you don't really think about that too much. It's like I don't know. I guess you do think about it, but I never really put a number amount on it. It's just kind of like, yeah, I mean, when we go to the store, we'll buy cat food for him and stuff.
Mhm. It's probably like on the low end, 1,000.
I know, that's what I kind of thought too.
It's probably like the bare minimum of food and like cat litter.
Yeah.
Then if you go to like PetSmart, you're like, oh, the cat might need this, the cat might need that.
Yeah, we're
You
thinking
probably
about getting one of the big trees, like the big trees for it to climb up on, because when we adopted him, he was like perched up pretty high on one of those like little trees, and so we're thinking about getting one and putting it somewhere in here. But that's if he ever leaves the bathroom.
Oh, oh, that's why you Snapchatted. It was like daily getting adjusted to the new home.
Yep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. But so wait, bird, fish, rabbit, dogs. Is that it? I think your family has like a zoo over there. You've got like everything.
I think that's it. Yeah, a couple rabbits. I was like, we used to have chickens, but that was probably for like a week until we ate them.
Oh, oh. Those aren't called pets, Angel. Those are called meals.
I thought they were pets, and then
Hopefully you didn't name them because that'd
no,
be really sad. Which one's on my plate?
and then my grandma was like coming in, and like she got one of them by the legs. I was like, oh, what she's doing with that? She took it to the kitchen sink, and I was like, well, why is it upside down?
Is it bath time?
Yeah, I was like, oh, no, she's gonna take a shower. Yeah, that's probably what I thought. I was like, oh, she's gonna like clean them or something. And
She
then
cleaned it.
she definitely cleaned it. Cleaned it from all the blood it had. Because she just went straight for the neck. I saw the blood come down. I'm like, oh, I wonder what's that for? I just like thinking through my head, I'm like, what's going on? And then it stopped moving, and I'm like, oh, she killed the chicken.
Grandma.
And I didn't understand it until I saw the chicken naked. Like once the feathers came
All
off,
the
and I'm like,
feathers.
oh, okay, so it's chicken. Oh, so chicken is chicken.
Yeah, that was one of the first times I went over to Candace's place too. We had chicken for one of the meals. I think we were like bringing it somewhere, and then like they were making like this big like fried chicken meal for everybody. But I got to help with that process. Did not really expect to like be okay with just I kind of just dove in. I feel like the only way to do this is to just dive right into it and help out.
Right.
But oh, that's a weird feeling. That is a very weird feeling.
You hang it upside down, go by the neck.
They had like a kind of like a cone shaped thing where you put the neck inside one end and then the body was in the other, and then rip with a knife. And then they had like this barrel with like kind of screws in it, and like it tossed it around there, and that's what got the feathers off of it. And then they gave it to me, and then I put my hand in it and cleaned it. Oh, it was so warm. I still remember the feeling. For all those listening that don't enjoy this, we apologize.
Sorry for any vegans out there. It reminded me of like that viral video or like videos that like somebody puts. Oh, they probably do it with a turkey. I'm not sure with a chicken, but they probably put like a small turkey chicken inside another turkey, and so somebody was like, "Oh,
it was
she was
pregnant."
pregnant."
It's like they have eggs. They don't do that.
That's the thing. It's like, yeah. That's it. It's like
Little
no.
Cornish game hens inside of them.
I was like, it didn't have any feathers. It was just like that. Yeah, that is not how it works. They're not human beings.
If somebody did that to me, though, I would fall for it 100% of the time.
Especially as a kid.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, oh my god, we're monsters.
We murdered a pregnant turkey. How could you live with yourself? It kind of reminded me of how I didn't realize beef tongue was beef tongue.
Oh, like just the tongue of a cow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good, and I loved it. It was my favorite tacos growing up. I like it's so juicy. It's nice.
Was it chewy? I would guess that was chewy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was chewy and very juicy. And then I found out why. Yeah. Because when we went to Walmart, we bought beef tongue, and like the cashier was like, "You guys eat beef tongue?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's good." And I'm like, "Beef tongue, tongue. Beef tongue's an actual tongue."
Oh my god. Can you just like you just have to buy those at like specialty stores? Because like I don't think they're like at like Jewel Osco's or anything, or are they?
I know we bought some at Walmart one time, but we sell them here at the Mexican store.
Do you have to keep them cold, or are they in like jars?
Yeah, they're frozen. They're frozen.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to be frozen because if not,
I kind of, for some reason, I was like, I'm 80% sure that they have to be frozen or like refrigerated or something, but I'm like, they could just be like pickles and like have them in some type of like liquid. But again, that was me going off of no knowledge of what goes into keeping beef tongue fresh. What's like the strangest thing you've eaten that you've actually enjoyed? Or I guess just eaten in general.
I actually didn't eat beef tongue a whole year after I learned that tongue was actual beef tongue and like actually was a tongue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't put two and two together like a chicken.
Chicken feet.
Chicken. Yeah. I can't think of anything right now. Probably just like beef tongue.
Yeah.
I think I was just grossed out for a year after that, and then I was like, oh, but it's actually really good. Stop being worried about it to be tongue.
I've had chicken tongue before. which are like they're like very small. I mean, what you would think a chicken's tongue would be like. They're very small, but the weirdest thing I've had is pig face. It's very fatty, and it was not great. I would not have it again. Like I ate it, but I don't know. It's not something I would go out of my way to get again.
Oh. Oh. It's also I'm very bad at knowing what type of meat I'm eating.
Really? Is it chicken? It's like, no, it's not chicken. Could have fooled me. It tastes like chicken.
That's really how I am. I'm like, what was that? I'm like, I don't know. I just know I got 4 types of meat. That's one of them.
It's like, Angel, this is fish. It's like, what?
Are you sure? Like, it tasted like chicken to me.
Yeah, I think I'm good with chicken and beef. But like, if you give me like bison or venison or anything like that, I'd be like, I don't know, like what the heck? Like, I'm bad when it comes to that. I feel like I'm decent fish wise too. Like, if you give me different types of fish, I'm okay at it. But
So wait, what is steak from?
steak is from the cow. It's
Yeah,
beef.
it's beef. See, and then there's different names to the same product.
Yeah, and it's like ground beef. Everything.
Oh, I actually finally Googled it because we sell all that different type of meat and like it's labeled differently. There's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a diagram of the cow and the different sections of how they like chuck roll and I don't know what other names they had for it. And our
Yeah.
butcher was like, yeah, this section's the best because usually filled with more fat and more fat gives you more flavor.
Mm-hmm. The
So,
marbling. Oh wait, time out. Entertain everybody for like 30 seconds while I'm gone. I have to show you something.
oh, what is up, guys? It's Angel. Sawyer just walked out of the screen. He's grabbing something. Da na 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 na. Oh, he's bringing a board, some sort of hanging. Oh, cuts
I've got
of pork.
the cuts of pig.
Oh, cuts of a pig, and it
Yep.
shows you all the different labels of it. It has a
The
head,
hawk.
cheek. The hawk is a leg.
Bacon
Ham.
comes from the belly.
Oh, see, I need one of those. I figured I can't be the only one who doesn't know the different names of it, especially if there's like college students there in their first time like ordering meat.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get one of the pigs and one of the beef, and then like why did they just name it cow? Why they gotta name it beef?
Beef. It messes with people.
Yes, chicken is chicken.
Yep.
Tongue is tongue. Cow is beef. I was so confused.
They've got one of these things for shrimp too. It's literally just a shrimp, and it has like I don't even know what the name, but it's like the body of the shrimp, and they have it, and then the tail, because there's only 2 pieces of a shrimp, and so it's like, guys, like some people buy it. We don't know why they buy it because there's only 2 slices of it, but people buy it, so we still make it. I'm like, all right, fair enough.
How do you have that map diagram painted?
So a pig is Candace and my favorite animal. And we went to a trade show, and a guy was selling this, and we're like, you know, that'd be kind of cool to have in the kitchen. so we bought it. And Candace used to show pigs when she was growing up, and she would have to walk around and be like, the guy would ask her they'd be like, "Where's bacon come from?" And then she'd have to point out the pig where the bacon came from and stuff like that.
We get it from right here.
Yeah, right here. You want a slice? So it just brought back nostalgic things for her, and
It's like there was this video of a newscaster showing a video of a pig, and they named the pig. I think it didn't have 2 legs, so it had like wheels.
crispy bacon.
Yeah, I think it might have been that name.
It was.
Yeah.
Because that's, our friend. We've got a friend named Chris Young who is in our fraternity, and he's in my phone as Crispy Bacon. And I told him I was going to call him Crispy Bacon because of that video. And so
He couldn't stop laughing. He's like, they named him Bacon.
they named the guy Crispy Bacon. Like, that's so mean to name a pig Crispy Bacon.
Little piggy.
But yeah, that little pig was like, he would go around to like children's libraries and stuff like that. I wonder where he's at now. Probably on somebody's plate, but
Oh.
too soon. Too soon.
I was like, I don't know. When I saw my grandma like cut the neck of the chicken, I was like, oh, that's very colorful blood right there. And then like it finally clicked on me once it stopped
What
moving.
was happening?
And I was like, oh, she just killed a chicken.
I remember when my parents had lobster growing up. I didn't like it when they would have to like boil the lobster in the pan.
Uh,
I'd be like, no, no, no. And they're like, we're doing this, Sawyer.
you want a new pet? Too bad. It's gonna be your meal. Oh. Now I didn't even wonder like how many times I ate fish before third grade, which I didn't put two and two together that it was probably like an animal.
Yeah.
I don't know why I always thought like chicken was like a name of a meat. I didn't know what was meat at the point. I didn't understand that meat came from another living animal.
I mean, unless it looked like it, there's really no way of knowing. Like if you're a kid, you're just kind of like, oh, there's food. Like it's a hamburger. Like you don't. No animal looks like a circle like that, and so you're just like, okay, yeah. But I know that's why a lot of people too, growing up, like I said, I knew if a thing was shaped kind of like shrimp. I had a lot of people that didn't like shrimp just because it looked like the shrimp, and so, I mean, I could understand where you're coming from with that.
I don't know why I didn't really care about shrimp just because it tasted so good.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. It tasted just like water, and then like whatever, like little seasoning and stuff that they would throw on that. I mean, it didn't have too much of a taste. But I love shrimp. I could just eat shrimp all day.
Awesome.
You're making me hungry.
Also, I just ate before this podcast. Like I have CrossFit at 6:30, so around like 7:30, 7:40, I have like a burrito bowl, and I got some chips and queso, and I'm like, I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh my goodness. Your body hates you sometimes.
I think the older I get, the worse it gets. And I'm just
Yeah, so keep pushing it. Keep pushing it.
and I'm just like, oh, but this queso tastes so good.
I can't
And then,
stop.
in the moment, it's good, but like an hour later, yeah, it's not that. It's great. But I was like, I just make it through the 45 minutes of the podcast. Not be good. Be good. I'm like really thirsty.
Charlie worked at Moe's in college, and he would, when we roomed together, he would randomly bring back chips and queso. Ah, best nights ever. You can't go wrong with queso. You really can't.
So you're lactose intolerant.
So yeah, but even then, you still go for it.
Yeah.
So you can't complain.
Yeah.
You put yourself up through this.
I really enjoy it. Ooh. Anything new in your life, Sawyer, other than daily?
I was gonna say yes. I have a big new thing in my life with the little kitty. 11 pounds of pure love. But besides that, no, I still haven't read that book that I said I was gonna read about the podcasts. Sorry, Cindy. I will get on that. I swear.
Well, the good thing is you're doing it, so it works out.
Well, I haven't started it yet.
No, but like you're doing the podcast, so like you're helping out with that sense.
Yeah.
It's like reading a book about a sport and then like not do. I think driver's ed classes, but just reading the book instead of just also driving.
But you would hope that the kids read the book a little bit before just hopping behind the wheel.
Actually, that's what I did.
Are you kidding me? You just jumped in.
It's literally, I was working with my dad. He knew I was gonna get my permit soon, or I was gonna get classes for it. So he was like, "Just hop on." It was stick. It didn't go anywhere.
Oh, can you drive stick now? Because I never learned how to drive stick.
Yeah, that's my first car. I had to have my first car, but it's stick shift. My mom taught me how to drive stick. We went to an empty parking lot. I killed the engine a lot of times. For those listening, for clutch, for a stick shift, you need to push on the clutch, and then press on the gas, and then release the clutch simultaneously, and then it goes. But if you do it wrong, you kill the engine. Like you make it go. Yeah, it turns off.
I actually remember when you drove us up to the Tough Mudder, you were the only one that could drive because you were the only one that knew how to drive stick. And we took your car. I remember that. We stopped at the IHOP too beforehand.
Uh, that was the first time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
second time, yeah,
Second time it was O'Grady who drove.
with that big truck. Yeah,
Yep.
I still have my first car. I think I might be having 10 years with it, and I'm like, oh. My mom's like, you should probably get a new car soon.
But the
Like,
memories.
yeah, stick shift.
No. If you get a new car, would you stick with a stick, or do you think you'd go to automatic? These are the tough questions.
I'd probably go with automatic, because hopefully by the time I get a new car, it'll have some version of like autopilot.
Wow. You're not just getting a new car, you're spending big money for your new car. Yeah, hopefully autopilot becomes so casual at some point that like every car just has a piece of it like enabled on it.
Uh-huh. I feel like it's somewhat going there, but yeah, Tesla's definitely like the first ones out there.
Oh, for sure.
Next thing you know, it can even pick you up at the front of the grocery store now.
Really?
You just touch the remote and then like it gets out of the parking spot and like picks you up. They're testing it out, but
Dang. If your hands are full and you don't want to walk anymore, just have your car drive over to you.
yep. And then I think the other cool thing would be like when you're not driving it, it can Uber around for you.
Yeah.
That and make you a couple like side income without you doing anything.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I wouldn't trust people in my car if I wasn't in it though. Like they would have to have like some crazy security measures for it too. Probably like cameras and stuff like that,
Yeah,
obviously.
cameras, and then just make sure nobody can drive. Yeah, they probably have some sort of security that they can't drive it.
Yeah. Turn off autopilot and then this random person just now has your car.
Yeah, that would be really bad. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Ooh, I don't know why I found this very fascinating. You saw David Dobrik's vlog, right?
Yeah.
How another YouTuber got offered an insane amount of money for her sex or for a sex tape.
Yeah. What was it, 10 million?
Yeah, I was blown away.
Like that's crazy. $10 million.
I just had to get that out there.
Like,
Oh, one more thing. Okay, the year's 2020. How do you see sports? As in, what is the top sport in culture and like rank them 1 through 5? I just want to rank it now because I feel like esports is gonna be there, but right now it's not necessarily relevant in mainstream culture.
yeah,
So how
are
would
we
you
going
play?
for just the USA or like for the world?
Do both.
I'd say the world at soccer is number one. I feel like that's just huge in the world. It's not so much like crazy big in the US. So for the world, I'd say soccer, maybe like baseball after that, because like Japan has baseball, US has baseball. I don't think like American football is really that big a ton of places. I'm trying to think of like obscure ones. Maybe basketball after that.
Cricket.
Yeah, see, I was thinking cricket and I was thinking rugby as my final two, and I wasn't sure how I was going to put them down. But so I'd say that those are the big world ones, and so like you've got basketball and baseball for the U.S. in there because like those. I'm just thinking about other things that have a big national presence, but for the and I'd say esports is probably it's definitely top 10. I would say, and I would say the same thing for the U.S. Esports is top 10. Probably hasn't cracked the top 5 yet, but I would say it's probably like football is number one. Maybe like baseball, basketball, or probably basketball, baseball. I don't know what would be because I want to say soccer is like 5, but I don't know what 4 would be. I can't think of another 4 one. So maybe soccer is 4 or hockey potentially. Totally forgot about hockey. I would say hockey 4, soccer 5. I would say that those are the big ones. And then again, esports is probably like 8 or 9 or something at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say give it a couple of years, and esports is gonna be breaking through.
I just think it's cool like to state it now, just see like what's cultural like right now, and then look back at it like 5 years or like 10 years down, and you're like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
we actually
Mm-hmm.
thought like football was number one at this time, which it is right now. And then
Mm-hmm.
later on, because like with internet, you could see more soccer, because like FIFA and the internet, like how much of an impact it has. And
Mm-hmm.
then the NBA does a good job at marketing. Like the NBA, it's the best league in the world of basketball. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that until like the internet or like seeing everything else. Is like people have different leagues, but the United States has the best one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like all the best players around the world come to the NBA to play it. Like not just money wise. I mean, that's probably a huge piece of it. But yeah, and like there's like a Spanish basketball league, there's a Lithuanian basketball league, but like
Look at Don, like look at I don't know how to pronounce that.
Doncic.
Doncic. But yeah, he played in the European League, and like now you see Giannis, Greek player. So now you're
Mm-hmm.
seeing different players from around the world coming in, and they're the best in the world. And we're like, whoa, if they're the best
Yeah.
in the world, that means the NBA is the best basketball league in the world.
Oh yeah.
Like wow.
And then it's cool when like the Olympics happen and then the teams play against each other. It's like, oh yeah, there's Giannis, there's Luca, but it's like they're just playing for their own countries.
we're gonna have to like stop and join our full dominance on the USA team.
Yeah. I think that was a thing where some people would like change their nationalities to like the US or to other countries just because like if people had like dual citizenships, like they could be like, well, I want to be with this team or I want to be with this team. Like the other group would be like all pissed off, be like, oh, what the heck? Like you're not one of us. It's like,
Uh-huh.
oh man, a whole nation just rejected you now. Ugh.
But yeah, because we used to. Well, I don't know if we still do, but like we dominate with basketball team USA,
Typically. Mm-hmm.
and then that's slowly going away when two of the best players are international.
Yep.
Giannis and Luca. We're like, oh, we're starting to see it.
Yeah. Yep. And then it's always the big deal whenever the U.S. loses to a team. It's like, oh, it's like it's just expected that they win. Like,
Yeah. And our soccer team needs to do a lot better job. But we have a quote unquote reading headlines. Christian Pulisic. Supposed to
that
be.
young guy.
He's around his
Hmm.
20s. He's really good. Chelsea. He's in the Premier League. I finally now pay more attention to soccer, realizing like the Premier League is actually basically the best league in the world. I didn't really pay much attention to it to like figure that out.
That's what, like Manchester United. They're in the Premier League.
Hmm.
You know,
Manchester. I think Liverpool might be there too.
PSG. Is PSG in it or is that something else?
I think
Arsenal. I think Arsenal's in it.
Arsenal isn't it? I think PSG's in the Paris
Oh, they're
one.
yeah. I was gonna say they're in the French league.
What is the Premier League? Is that England?
It's the English. Yeah.
Okay, English.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't know, just to put it in that perspective, I think that's cool how the United States has basically the Premier League of basketball as the NBA,
Hmm.
and they're doing a great job marketing that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it all switches up down the road.
Esports, yeah,
Mhm.
and
On the rise.
the accessibility of esports and how streamers you can literally see streamers or like big athletes playing their craft or playing their game
Hmm.
at any time of the day.
Hmm.
Because I don't know, Gary talked about it how many people can watch your sport. It's like how many more people would be interested in it. Just like the whole boxing phase was at the top of the sports back in the day. I don't know how many years back, but once it hit the pay-per-view route, less and less people were interested in it because less and less people were able to
Can
watch
afford
it,
it. Yeah.
and so it didn't work out as well.
Hmm.
But esports, a lot of things are free. A lot of
Yeah.
people like it, and a lot of people can aspire to be the best player in the world because everybody
Because
plays the game.
anybody can play it. And it's like, it just takes practice and all that stuff.
And then a lot of people can practice from like their ride to school or whatnot.
Yeah.
Which that is insane because you can't really practice your basketball game or soccer game from a ride to school.
Well, you could. Your mom would just yell at you, "Stop bouncing the dang ball in the backseat, Jimmy. It's time to go to bed."
So that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh, have you thought about any question of the day?
Yeah, our question of the day this week is, what sport do you play? And we are accepting any form of sport. So if you are big into video games, what your favorite video game is, if you're a lacrosse player, just let us know what sports you play or played in the past, and this can kind of see what our community is big into. So whatever it is, leave that comment. And again, if you're listening to this on any of the podcast platforms, you can just hop over to Angel Corrado 2 on YouTube to leave the comment there. But everybody, thank you so much again. We really appreciate you taking some time out of your day to listen to us. But as always, the typical spiel: leave a like, leave your comments on how we can improve, leave a comment more importantly on what your sport is of choice, what that you play or have played in the past. And hit that subscribe button. But yeah, that's it for another weekly event on our end.
Did Candace change the little diagram or no?
Yeah. Yeah. So our diagram today says, "Cat puns freak me out. Seriously, I'm not kidding."
How did you think of these?
Later. She Googles them or something.
I thought it was her brains.
Oh, it is. If I'd say it's not, then I'll get punched later. So it is.
Candace has like a ball there.
Yeah.
I don't know myself.
So yeah, hopefully next week you can have a special appearance from the man, the myth, the legend, Daily. But he'll just have to be in your imagination on what he looks like until then.
Works out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The question of the day: what's your sport?
Mm-hmm.
And then, thank you for watching.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your weeks, and we look forward to seeing you guys all next week on another edition of Talkmen Tuesday. Boom, boom, boom.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.